Howdy, howdy, everybody. HTEDC here. This cool South Arkansas Tuesday morning coming at you. And this is just in response to Kevin over at Boston Blade Reviews, his open tag about your top three knives if you were going into the woods for a week and you could only take one fixed blade, one modern folder, and one slip joint. What would you take? And I thought that was very interesting. Great concept, Kevin, by the way. I thought that was very interesting open tag, and I said, let's put the HT spin on that, and let's see what I could come up with. And here we go. This is what I've came up with. Now, granted, my thinking on this is, Kevin, what made it kind of, I don't know about the word difficult. I don't know if it's difficult, but made me really think was he said a week. So my knives may have been very different if it was, say, an overnight camping trip or 2 days, a weekend. But basically, the way it's worded and the way Kevin wants, what he wanted to know was if you had these three knives and you had to stay a week in the wild, in the woods, camping, what have you, for 7 days. So that it definitely changed some of my decisions, what I would have carried for, overnight versus a whole week in the woods. So anyway, it makes you think, or it made me think anyway. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I'm going to go from largest. My first thing I think of is camping. I got to have a big knife. I got to have a big, brawny brute of a knife. You may have to. There's no telling. Make a tent stake. Do some small, some light batoning out there for firewood. Whatever, chopping. I might need to hack some limbs down to do any of this. So I need my brute. I need my workhorse. So this is my honorable mention. I was torn between two of my three categories. I got honorable mentions on. The slip joint knife, I got it down to one pretty easy, but this is the one that is not going to make the cut, and I haggled on this a while, but this is the Benchmade, I believe it's the Luku, they call it, the Benchmade Luku, and it's in 3V steel, carbon steel, tool steel, actually. And it's a good sized knife, has about a 5-inch blade on it. And again, it's made out of 3V steel, so it's going to be extremely tough. But the reason I bumped it down, the blade stock is so thick. It's not quite as beefy as I wanted. And the kind of the lack of a guard here, right here. So if you're getting down, you're hacking, you're batoning, I just want a little more protection up here for my finger when I'm really putting a knife to use. But I think this would be an excellent knife. Like I said, that 3V steel is super tough, and this would get most chores done that probably you would really need. But I just want a little beefier and a little more hand protection for my beast mode knife, if you will. So this did not make the cut. So what did make the cut, and everybody probably knows this guy, the old Buck 120 General. Yes, sir. Now that, folks, is a beast. Look at that long. I think that is I don't have the specs in front of me, but that is like at least a 7-inch blade, I believe it is, on that. Honestly, not a whole lot bigger blade stock than the Benchmade, but a little stouter, and definitely a thick, bulbous, good hand-feeling guard on this thing. Look at, the protection right there for your fingers. If you're whacking and you really got to get down and do some chopping, I do not fear this knife for my hands, getting possibly cut out there. You definitely don't want to be a week in the woods and bleeding and need first aid and all that. So I wanted a knife that I felt safe with. And Bucks 420 HC steel. Also wanted something that would be easy to resharpen. When and if I got that 3V steel dull, which I probably wouldn't because it really has good edge retention. But if I did, it's kind of going to be a booger bear to more so of a booger bear to put an edge back on versus this 420. If I need to put an edge back on this, I could take my guided field sharpener, work sharp, and in no time, 5 minutes or so, I could be back up and working. So, big beast mode, fixed blade, the Buck 120 General. All right, Kevin. So, next thing you wanted to know was a modern folder. This one also was tough for me because that's kind of my sweet spot. As my friends know me, I kind of like big knives. My modern folders, I have quite a few. I'm not scared to carry a larger knife. I like a hand-feeling knife. I'm used to that. It's kind of my sweet spot. So I have a few of these, and I got it down to these two. And the one that did not make the cut, in second place, honorable mention, is my Benchmade Adamas, full size. And this, folks, is just an absolute beast, hand-filling, thick blade stock, solid, rock-solid lockup. It has CPM Crewwear tool steel, so it is extremely tough. So my next knife down from my beast, if I needed to just maybe not go beast mode, but I needed, I was still doing a test that I needed some strength and whatever, this is going to pick right up where the beast mode knife would leave off. The only reason I put this in honorable mention is right here, folks. The Axis lock. I'm not an Axis lock basher. I own several Benchmades, and I love the Axis lock. But if I'm a week in the woods, I don't think that Axis lock would fail. It's never failed. I hear a lot of people talking about broken Omega springs on their bug outs, 940s or whatever. I've never, knock on wood, could happen tomorrow, but I've never broken an Omega spring. And I don't know if they would make them, beefier, tougher, the ones that are put on this. But at the end of the day, I just didn't want that in the back of my mind. I didn't want to have to think about it. So just for the sheer fact of the locking mechanism on the Adamas, being the Omega springs, it got bumped down. Okay, HT, then what did you go with? HT went with the AD10, Cold Steel AD10. This, folks, is just a brute, absolute brute of a modern lockable folder. It is extremely comfortable. This handle is an ergonomic dream. And if any of you guys know, the reason I adopt the AD20 was the locking mechanism. This is Demco's Triad lock, which is arguably, and it is arguable, but it is without a doubt top 5. I think it's probably number 1, but it is definitely one of the strongest locks on the market. There's, Cold Steel has all their tests on it. This lock is not going to fail. It is, listen to this, guys, bank vault. A bank vault lock, and this knife will absolutely, in the event I lose, I break, God forbid something happens to my beast mode knife, which it shouldn't, and I'm counting on it not, but this thing would more than admirably pick up where it left off, and it's basically like a folding lock blade, fixed blade, in my opinion. It is awesome. Love this knife. Has the S30V blade steel on it, which is going to have great edge retention. And like I said, it's going to be comfortable out in the field. And yeah, the Cold Steel AD10 is my choice for modern folder. Which brings me to my last one. I said I didn't have an honorable mention on that. I actually lied. I had an honorable mention on all 3 categories, I guess. The one that's not going to make it is my Case Folding Hunter 2-blade. And this would be outstanding. This would absolutely be outstanding. It is a big, beefy, full hand grip, fixed blade. Has your big clip point here. Also has a drop point blade, so you have some versatility there. And I mean, listen to these things close up. Boom. Boom. That is the Case Folding Hunter, and I think I would be absolutely fine with this. But as big as I went with my my Beast Mode, my Buck 120, and my AD10, I said, no, in a folder, I just need something, in a slip joint, I need something, you know, I've got big and hard covered. Let's just get something that's going to get the job done, do a little food prep, cut me an apple, what have you, but is going to be dependable. So I decided on the GEC 21. The GEC 21, which is their largest sod buster pattern, basically. This guy has a nice half stop on it. I put a little HT lanyard on it, but give you a look at that in hand. Again, I love a hand filling knife, and it's still a good thick handled hand filling knife that this is going to be my light duty knife for the week, but I think it will more than admirably do any food prep, any light tasks, little carving, whittling, the lighter stuff that the big boys wouldn't excel at. This will. So the GEC number 21 is my slip joint I choose, Kevin. You guys let me know what you think about my choices. Kevin, I think you had some excellent choices. Hope a bunch of you guys jump on this open tag. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I'm closing in on like 200 subscribers, and that is just awesome. If you like the content, like the videos, if you drop me a subscription, I would love it. And most importantly to me, the comments. I'm not so big by any means right now of a channel that I can't get. I try. I completely try to if you comment to me, I try to comment back to you. If you comment on my videos, I love the comments. I love the interaction. So trying to grow. If you guys wouldn't mind supporting me, there'll be more coming. But thank you, Kevin, for this open tag. I'm gonna get off here. This video is getting long, but God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. HT out.